Okay guys, this looks pretty cool, right? Well, it'd be even cooler if I told you it gave you a 35% increased buff to magic abilities. That's right, we're going to be showing you guys exactly how to get this today, and this spell is going to help change your world when it comes to bosses being a mage character. This right here is the Terra Magicus, and this thing is insane, raising the magic strength. Now, we're going to start off by heading over to here on the left-hand side of the map, as always, and we're going to be travelling from this location here, the Folly on the Lake. Now, this is going to be probably the easiest location, as we're going to be heading up down to here on the left-hand side of the academy. This is quite a travel, so get your running boots on. We're going to head on over there and show you the exact route to how to get there now. Okay, now once you do get to this location right here, please be careful. There is a ginormous dragon on your left-hand side, which actually is where the key is to get into the academy if you weren't aware of that one already. Now we're going to be heading over to the right-hand side just here, where you will see a glazed off wall, which is essentially the barrier for the stone sword keys. Now you are going to need 2 to enter in here, but you will also be able to find one in here, which is always quite helpful. So we're going to show you the route to the stone sword key to begin with, and we can go from there. Now, first of all, we're going to head on into the cave, and it's going to get you to a grey site. Now, as of like all of these videos, I always recommend having a lantern or a torch. It'd always help out 10 times more, although the lantern is quite easy. You just turn it on and just run. Nice and pucker. Now, we're going to go from the grey site, and we're going to take this route down here, and this is where you guys are going to get the sword. Okay, so stone sword key obtained. These bosses are going to be quite difficult, so if you guys are a mage, then you are going to need the gravity spell. This is going to help a lot, although if you are a melee character, then anything like a club or a mace or a heavy blunt object is going to help the most. But for you mages out there, this is the location you want for the rock sling spell. This is going to help you tenfold. Now we're going to head on through to the boss right here, and this is going to be actually quite a easy one, although quite difficult at the beginning. Reason being is quite simple really, is the first quarter of the health for the bosses are going to be sustainable, so you do need to knock them down little bit by little bit, so recommend summoning straight off the bat. The melee character is really slow. You just kind of have to stay at arm's length, and yeah, that's quite easy. Now with the range character, all you have to do is utilize the pillars to sort of knock out the line of effect, and as soon as you actually manage to do that, it's really easy to bash out. Now we're going to show you how to use the mage effects right now. You're going to see that we are going to just chisel down the first quarter of the health, and then once they stumble, that's when it's game over. You can get out the gravity, and you'll notice that the health just really starts to drop. The rock sling just annihilates them because of the blunt object. It just absolutely destroys. Now with the range character, the magic character itself, we're going to show you guys exactly how to take that one out. We're going to start off with the the magic side of things, and then once we've chiseled it down, we are also going to show you guys how it works utilizing the club, mainly because we don't just like to just utilize just the magic here, just because if you guys are a melee character and you are struggling, this is the way to do it. So you can see we're using the pillars to just sort of block off the mage abilities, and if you do get spun out, then just make sure you roll back around and just keep chipping away that first quarter until she does eventually get staggered down to the ground, just like so. So you now want to take your mace, and that's going to be a blunt object, which means that it is going to stagger the boss quite subjectively. So you just want to kind of make sure that you wait until a mage ability is done and then just start pounding in, and it's done like that. Now this will get you the crystal release spell, and it's absolutely awesome, to be completely honest, and we're going to go over that in a different video, I think, because I really enjoyed that spell. But we're going to head on up here. Once we do head up here, we are going to come to a chest at the top of some stairs, and that is going to be where the almighty 35% buff resides. This is an absolutely insane piece of equipment, and something that every mage should have in their arsenal, mainly because it is just so strong. So what we're going to do is, once we've got hold of this here, we are going to show you guys exactly how this works on one of my favourite farming techniques that is out at the moment, and we're going to cover that one a little bit later on in another video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But here it is, the Terra Magicus, and this thing is mental. 35% buff increase, and this causes a massive difference when you start talking about going in for those bosses. It's really going to start making things a little bit easier for you, and maybe not make things so difficult when it comes to causing that high-end DPS. Okay, so we've managed to get the Terra Magicus, and we are going to move over to this area right here, where I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works. Now, these are only small adds, but for the farm's sake, this is really helpful. So as you can see there, the original push was 290 or 230. This is going to be based on the drop-off. So around 240, 250 is going to be the base damage. And then when we put on the 35% buff increase, you will notice that it jumps all the way up to 392 per pebble, and that is absolutely insane. The number difference inside of these is crazy. The second ones were obviously about 310, so when you start to make the differentiation on it, the 35% buff increase is insane. Now, when we start talking about other things, this is not going to work with all magic abilities. I know this is something that people misconstrued, but the sword itself, such as the Knight and Flame, holds a flame ability. It makes no difference to that. The Pebble Dash and stuff like that is going to be where the biggest changes are. It needs to be a magic ability. That's going to be your biggest insight. Now, this is an amazing piece of equipment, and this is something that you will need. So make sure you go ahead and grab it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you so much again for watching. Appreciate your faces. But as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.